The Gadsden flag was also created at the founding of our nation in 1775. It was used actually by the Continental Marines. So badass. Yeah, they fought for our freedom from the tyrant King George. And the interesting part of the history here, and this is where I really nerded out. I hope that you will indulge my nerdiness in this sense. The reason that the rattlesnake is on this flag, the reason that the rattlesnake is, I guess, a symbol of the United States, even though it's a disgusting, gross snake animal. It's not exactly an animal that we would typically embrace or typically say, yeah, let that be the symbol for us. Well, the reason that it is a symbol of the United States is because, like the bald eagle, it's only found in America. So it set us apart from the British Empire. It was a symbol that only we could claim and not the British. And the person who brought the symbol of the rattlesnake representing America into prominence was none other than Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. I actually did not know this until I researched this flag earlier. In fact, I want to read you something that Benjamin Franklin wrote. This was in December of 1775. And he wrote this anonymously, but, you know, we can always identify when it's Benjamin Franklin. And he actually was arguing in favor of the rattlesnake being one of the official symbols of the United States of America. He said that this was a good symbol of American spirit. He said, and this is a quote, "There was painted a rattlesnake with this modest motto under it: 'Don't tread on me.' She has no eyelids. She may therefore be esteemed an emblem of vigilance. She never begins an attack, nor, once engaged, ever surrenders. The rattlesnake is solitary and associates with her kind only when it is necessary for their preservation. 'Tis curious and amazing to observe how distinct and independent of each other the rattles of this animal are, and yet how firmly they are united together, so as never to be separated but by breaking them to pieces. The power of fascination attributed to her by a generous construction may be understood to mean that those who consider the liberty and blessings which America affords and once come over to her never afterwards leaves her, but spend their lives with her." I gotta tell you, I personally am not a huge fan of snakes, and I never thought that I would read writing about reptiles that would give me the chills, but I got the chills when I read this because I thought, Benjamin Franklin is so brilliant, probably a really weird guy in his personal life, at least according to history, but so brilliant to be able to tie the symbolism in together to talk about vigilance and assertiveness and individualism and liberty and federalism. I mean, the rattles on the tail are the states and the country, you know, the fact that we are not an imperialist nation, that we don't attack unless we are attacked first, and then we respond with overwhelming force. I mean, this is really good stuff. This is really good stuff. And for this reason, the rattlesnake symbol was actually adopted by the Continental Congress in 1778. In fact, this flag is still flown officially in some towns in South Carolina, where the designer of this flag, his name is Christopher Gadsden. That's where he's from, and this flag is still flown there. But here's the thing. The FBI identifies the Gadsden flag as a possible symbol that you, my friends, are a domestic terrorist. But there are states across the country where you can actually get a license tag on your car, courtesy of the state, that encompasses the Gadsden flag. So we're talking in Alabama, you can get a license tag with the Gadsden flag. In Arizona, in Kansas, in Maryland, in Missouri, in Montana, in Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. You can do this. So riddle me this. How can different states allow a symbol of violent extremism, a symbol that you are a domestic terrorist, to be part of an official state program, right? Getting your license tag, when the FBI also says that if you do this, you are a terrorist? There is no logical consistency with these folks.